What's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis once again. And right now I'm answering the questions that y'all like for me to answer. And I just got one that was pretty good. It was, why do guys always stop talking to girls when things get serious? I thought that was a pretty dope question. And like I do with all dope questions, well, not all of them, that's a lie. But what I do with a lot of dope questions is I answer them on YouTube or some other video. So with this one, it made me have to think a little bit. And I was like, the reason guys talk to girls is for two reasons. The reason why guys will stop talking to you is for two reasons. Either A, they never really liked you in the first place, or B, there was something that you did to make them change their opinion of you, the original opinion that they had. Something happened to make them change their original opinion that they had of you. Now, a lot of girls will be like, what the fuck? There's only two reasons. But that's the way it is. Like, if a guy didn't like you in the first place, what I mean by that is, because a lot of girls are like, well, why was he talking to me if he didn't like me in the first place? Men will talk to you because they want to have sex with you. And because also they want to have somebody to hang out with and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of times when dudes want to have somebody to hang out with and have sex with, they'll tolerate you, but it'll never go any farther than just toleration. They might lightly date you for a little while, but as soon as you try to start getting serious on the dude, he just kind of push you away. Like, man, get out of here with that. So it's not going to work out. Now, the reason why they don't like you could be a bunch of reasons. It could be because of how you look. Maybe you don't look the way that he wants you to look, or you're not to the level of attractiveness that he thinks he should be getting. In that case, it really ain't nothing you could do about it. I mean, you might dress a little bit different, lose some weight or something like that, but I mean, if the dude don't like the way you look, you kind of got to move on with the next guy and don't worry about that. If it's the way you carry yourself or something like that, if you consistently keep getting this from dudes and your look situation ain't really fucked up, then it probably is the way you carry yourself, or the fact that you may be coming on as clingy, you may be a little bit too argumentative. If you keep dealing with the same situation with every dude you mess with, if you kind of argue with every dude you deal with, or every dude you deal with says you're clingy or something like that, then that's something you probably want to change, because you're going to keep running into that problem over and over again. And that's whack. You don't need to deal with that shit. So, make some changes and, get better results. The other thing is, when you've done something that changed that person's opinion of you. See, the way men are is weird compared to the way women are. A lot of times women already get what they think about a guy, and they pretty much kind of stick with that. With men, you're constantly auditioning. Every single day, there's an opportunity for you to be put in a different lane. And that's fucked up, but that's just how men think. And it's across the board, so the only way to not deal with that is to either be single or be gay. Because men are like that. That's just how we think. We can put you in a different lane until you could get past the point where you could be switched off from one lane to another, but it's hard to get past that point. It takes a long time. So for the most part, what happens is a guy puts you in a lane of girlfriend, right? Okay, this is my girl. I'm about to date her. We're going to have a good relationship, yada, 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 yada. Okay, you're in that lane. And what happens is, during that time period, you say or do something that makes him think differently about you. And it's for two reasons, really. It's for something you're currently doing, or for something that he finds out about your past. That's how you switch lanes. There's only really two reasons. It's something you're currently doing, or something you find out about your past. Currently doing could be, y'all just argue all the time. You talk shit all the time. That usually won't get you totally kicked out. But if you talk shit all the time, a guy might get tired of dealing with you. Normally, he probably won't. That's usually not enough. If you seem like you don't have his back, that's immediate cause for elimination. If you do anything that makes it seem like you're not taking care of the dude, or you're not working with him, you don't have his back, that is immediate cause for elimination. You might see guys get real close to you, and a guy will throw out tests on you a lot of times too. A lot of women fail to test over and over again. Because the way men look at things, especially when they look at marriage, relationships, and things like that, is a lot of guys have invested in the wrong woman before. And unfortunately, since they invested in the wrong woman before, they're going to be doing everything in their power to make sure that you're not the wrong woman. You know, a lot of girls have invested in the wrong dude, and they do the same thing. So guys are a lot like you, you know. They try to make sure that they don't invest in the wrong chick. So the things you do currently could be doing something that shows you're disloyal. You know, that'll fuck you up. Stuff that makes him think you a hoe. Like flirting with his friends or something like that. And most girls wouldn't do that, but some do. Talking to other guys a little bit too much, doing stuff that... Because if a guy thinks you a hoe, disqualified right away. It ain't gonna happen. He's gonna chuck you to deuces one day. You know, that's not gonna happen. Because no guy wants to be made a fool of. You saw what happened with Ice-T and Coco. Try to turn these hoes into a housewife, bam. Looking stupid. I love Ice-T actually, but I mean, you know, he looking kind of silly right now, and dudes don't want that to happen to them. Another thing is the past. Unfortunately, men are obsessed with the past. You probably already know that about men. If you've ever dated a man in your life, you probably already know men have an obsession with what you did before. Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because no man wants to pay for what every other person got for free. That's how we see things. Because what you did in the past, like for instance, here's the crazy part about it. You could tell your dude, I burned my last boyfriend's house down to the fucking ground. And he'd be like, oh my God, that was terrible. You are a crazy bitch. But since he's already dating you, he's like, well, she probably won't do that to me. But you tell somebody you got gangbanged by 4 dudes in the bathroom and he never wants to talk to you again. He hates your guts. Because that's just how men think. Men don't want to be the dude that's wifing up the chick that everybody else fucked. So that'll often make the dude want to abandon you. Stop wanting to talk to you just because he feels kind of like, I don't want to be that guy. So, and a lot of women say, well, if my past is fucked up, how can I ever find anybody? Well, there's ways you can still find somebody. I wouldn't suggest lying about shit, but you know, you want to release information as is necessary. Also, you want to deal with people who would be able to deal with whatever your past is, because everything ain't the same to everybody. What I mean by that is like, one dude, you might be like, I've had sex with 4 people before I dealt with you. And he like, you a hoe. I don't want nothing to do with you. Because he had sex with 2 people. But you might be dealing with a dude and you say, I had sex with 37 people before I met you. And he might be like, hey, that's what's up. That ain't that bad. Because he had sex with 1,500. You know, it's that kind of thing. That's kind of what it is. It's like every dude is different. And some dudes care about different things. Some dudes care about how many people you slept with. Some dudes care about what you did with those people. With the past, too, here's the bad thing about the past. Anything you tell a dude that you did with another dude, you're going to eventually have to do with him. That's another way men think. That can cause dudes to get rid of you also. It's fucked up, but that's how men think. Men look at it like this. We assess what you do with your body as how much you care about us. You know what I mean? Like, that's supposed to correlate to how much you care about us. Why do we feel that way? Because that's what you told us. You told us that you fuck the dudes that you care about, and you do more sexually with the dudes that you care about, and less with the dudes you don't. You guys told us that through your actions throughout our entire lives. So, that's going to kind of be a problem. Your past can be a big problem, but the way to alleviate that problem, I guess, is to first of all just kind of be upfront about things and kind of see how he feels about those things, and make sure that, you know, you're willing to go that extra mile. Once you get into that relationship with the dude and you get serious about him, make sure that, you know, whatever you were doing before, you're willing to step it up and do it again. You know, don't be telling one dude, you know, I gave head going down the interstate back in 2002, but I didn't like that and I'll never do it again. Once you tell that story, You committed to it. You will be giving head on the interstate at some point in that relationship. Don't make him go through too much to do it, or he'll hold a grudge. So, basically, just to recap, if a dude is getting serious with you, seems to be getting serious with you, and they keep walking off, it keeps happening with guys, it's usually because either A, they didn't like your ass in the first place, or B, something changed their mind. And whatever changed their mind was either something you were currently doing, or something that you told them about your past, or they found out from somebody else. Unfortunately, they can find out stuff from somebody else and you don't even know it. That's why you always want to come clean with stuff, because you want to put your spin on it. Like, for instance, if you did get gangbanged in the bathroom, you want to be like, yeah, I had group sex with some friends in a recreational facility. You know, that's not gangbanged in the bathroom. It don't sound as bad, you know. You got to remember, when somebody else tell your story going to sound fucked up. And it may already be a fucked up story, so you want to put the best spin you can on it. So I always say keep it real. So I hope I answered your question. Put some comments in the box below. Let me know what you think. Give your information, your input. Make sure you subscribe to this page. And hit me up on my like page at askchazzellis at Facebook. Peace.